Yo, what to do, YouTube? It's your boy ColtsTalk. We are back with another video, and we are doing a short and quick preview for the Thursday night football game with the Indianapolis Colts going up against the Denver Broncos in Mile High. Mile High. Now, both of these teams are garbage, in my opinion. Of course, I like the Colts, but they are playing like complete trash. I'm gonna be honest here. Love the Colts. The only thing that I would root for the Colts team right now is the defense. The special teams missed a 50-yard field goal last week, and I'm not surprised because all kickers have that itch to miss. So I'm not surprised by it, but I still would take him over the last kicker. So kick better. Moving on. The biggest issue and the question I have is not even about the Denver Broncos because this team can be beat. I do also think, before I get my score prediction, that the Colts can beat this division. We just beat the Kansas City Chiefs a few weeks ago, last week, if I'm not mistaken. So going into this week, it's definitely a winnable week. It is a short week. We are on the road. But due to last week's circumstances and us not being able to beat the division, and I do think this division is better than the division of the Broncos. But I do think the AFC South will beat this division this season. This is not a knock on that division at all because that division is very talented. But I think when it comes to us, I do think we can beat this team. Even with the offensive line struggles and the inability for Matt Ryan to hold on to the football on certain plays. Last week, we've seen the potential of what this offense can do. Matt Ryan steps up in the pocket and hits his targets in stride. He even threw a beauty. It was underthrown, but it was still a beauty to Alec Pierce, who was wide open and decided to cut back at the right time to get it. Now, when I talk about this Broncos team, we know for sure that Patrick Surtain II is going to be shadowing Michael Pittman Jr. And last week, I mentioned how Alec Pierce can be a huge asset to the offense going into that division game against the Titans. And I'm going to be doing it again. Double down time. Alec Pierce can have an amazing game against the Denver Broncos. Knowing what Patrick Surtain is going to be, we need to motion him to the opposite side. Spread the offense out and get the ball moving. The tight ends need to have another game. Jelani Woods need to be used more this game. And I feel like he will, being as though he wasn't used a lot against the Titans. But it was a lot of credit to Mo Alley-Cox for stepping up into that. But this is the Jelani Woods show. We need Jelani Woods and Alec Pierce to have another outing like they did against the Chiefs. So I'm asking that as a favor. I'm asking also for the offensive line to hold up for at least 3 seconds. This defensive line for Denver is not what they're used to being. Of course, they're banged up a little bit, but they can still wreak havoc because the Colts' offensive line stinks. So I'm not counting them out. On to the run game. Get rid of it. I don't want to see the Colts running the football. Give it a few tries at the beginning. But I don't want to see Jonathan Taylor. He's hurt. Let him sit. Let him get all the time he needs to heal. Because personally, I think Jonathan Taylor has been injured since the season started. And he was just covering it up. Knowing us as Colts fans, the Colts are good. Well, the medical staff is good with not knowing the real injury. We know that personally. Sorry. But I think Jonathan Taylor needs to sit out this game. He's not needed. If the Colts want to win, they can win without him. I want to see more passing. You may not like it, but I don't care. I think that's what's working for the offense. No matter what you say with the fumbles and everything, I think that's the best part about the offense. It's not the run game, it's the passing game. And the wide receivers has shown up last week. They was actually catching the football. The biggest issue with the passing game is scoring in the red zone. The end zone for the Colts has not been their favorite. That's been for 2 years now. So, of course, this goes back to the issue with the coaching staff because I feel like the Colts can score in there. It just comes up to the game plan and the game design. So, we've seen what they can do when they actually give the ball to a red zone target, hence Mo Alley-Cox. But I think Michael Pittman Jr., I think Mo Alley-Cox and Jelani Woods are red zone threats. So they need to be targeted more down there in that stretch. Now, when it comes back to this run game, I'm going to keep addressing this because I don't want to see it. I despise the run game for the Colts. It is terrible. It's not working, and the offensive line is not helping. So we mentioned not being used, Jonathan Taylor, not using him. So there's a hint that Nyheim Hines might be running back one. And the way that the running game is looking, he's going to be misused. So maybe use Jackson or Phillip Lindsay as running back one, but still use Nyheim Hines more because this could be his game to explode. If Nyheim Hines does not explode this game, we're going to know something. You hear me, Colts? We're going to know something if Nyheim Hines is not being used properly in this game against Denver. Because he can be the secret weapon. He can be the secret weapon to all the games. What are you talking about, Coach Shock? But you get my point, right? So the defense, I don't have an issue with. I'm pretty sure they're going to step up in the second half as usual. It's up to the offense to win this game. And I'm going to let the offense win. The offense should win this game. It's not going to be high scoring because both of these teams are just straight up trash. The Broncos offense are a little bit more organized because they have a quarterback that I think that they think that their franchise is in Russell Wilson. Jerry Jeudy is a good route runner. But I'm pretty sure we can pretty much contain that. We've been holding teams to no points in the second half. So I'm looking for a lot of interceptions. And when I mean a lot, hear me out. It's because Russell Wilson is a weird quarterback. He can throw the football. He can get people open. But he has this consistency to lob the football up as a jump ball to see who may get it. And knowing the Colts, they haven't had a turnover yet. Interception-wise, they had one. But this could be the game for the defense to win us the game. The defense can win us the game, but I want the offense to win it. But the defense can literally get a takeaway at any moment with Russell Wilson under the run. Because he is a gunslinger. He's going to lob the ball up. He's going to test us. So, Gilmore, can you get us a pick, please? Now, you swatted one out and got us a tipped interception, in which I thank you for. But he's going to try the safeties. He's going to try Gilmore. And I would love for Isaiah Rodgers Sr. to still see more snap counts than Braden Fassion. So, I'm going to go with the overall prediction. The Colts win 17-14. Of course, they're going to have 2 passing touchdowns for the Broncos, but I don't think both of these teams are putting up crazy numbers because both of these teams are kind of mid at this point of the year. They're both not putting up a lot of numbers. They're both kind of suspect when it comes to both sides of the field. So I'm going to give the Broncos their credit and just do. They're going to score 2 touchdowns, but I think in the second half, the Colts are going to find a way to win. So the Colts are going to win this week. This will not change my view of how the Colts are looking this season because they still have some things to figure out. And with this head coach and this front office and how this team is working, I'm still not sold on the Colts. But I do have them winning this game. You let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Sorry, Broncos fans, if I was rude, because I do think you guys can win this game personally. But I do think that the Colts need to win this game as well. This is a wake-up sign. Every game is a wake-up sign for the Colts. But this game, personally, Thursday Night Football, can be a trap game. And I'm going to go with the Colts to win it on the road in Mile High with all the altitude and everything because the Broncos are still figuring it out. The Broncos can still make the playoffs. The Colts, kind of shaky. So they need to win this game more than the Broncos. So I'm going to go with the Colts to win. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This is Marcus, and until next time, you've been Coach Shop.